back, everybody. This is an update to our Dorinthea deck tech. I made a video with Philip from Philpsy. Check his video out. I'll explain what we're doing. But I want to show you the deck sleeved up. This is what I've ended up on. So if you've watched the other video, the deck tech, you've noticed the deck link is not the deck we talk about in the video. That's because I've been updating it. I didn't do that on purpose at the start. I should have kept that video and the link. But I don't think that deck's very good. So right now, if you click the link in the old video or this one, you're going to see the current list. And I'll explain some of the choices, but I'm going to go through this quickly. Any questions, ask in the comments, PM me, and I'll get into a lot of detail for you. So I'm going to start with the sideboard. This is what the sideboard looks like currently in terms of equipment. Basically, into Guardians, we're running anyone that you think, including Arachne, if you think they're going to be running Command and Conquers, or anything that's going to hurt your arsenal, put Crown in, filter your arsenal out. Spellbane is very good into Icelander. I still don't see how we beat Kano other than like aggro, but you can play into Kano. And then there's an argument to run AB3. I'm not sure what Philip's doing because we're going to make separate videos. We don't agree on this deck at all, which is good. So you're going to have two options. You're going to be able to check out his video and mine and decide for yourself what, or try both and see what works in your local meta better or whatever. Wizard matchup. Tunic you're running when you're running Shunt, so pretty much into Guardian, but also into Icelander because the game will be slow. Any slow game, anything you're going to feel like it's grindy. You could argue to run it into Arachne as well. Anyone that's going to block a lot, you'll get more value from Tunic. AB2. In terms of cards, we've got these four poppers into Dromai, but also big attacks into Guardians. Anything that's for 7 usually leaks damage, forces blocks. Late game, it forces a 3-card block, so that's why we run them. Shunts are obvious. You run with Tunic, you put it in Arsenal, helps you against the big attacks. You don't run these into Dromai, obviously, but there's an argument in running Shunt and Tunic into Dorinthea mirrors. And then finally, E-Strike, same thing, Guardian matchup. You will also run these into Dromai because the extra going in really helps to clear dragons late game when they're just generating a lot. You'll find into Dromai, put everything in the deck except the Shunts because they can deck us out. That's my current plan. Obviously, that's not the sideboard guide for every deck, but if you know that this is the sideboard, this is exactly 10 cards, and we run 60. It's 70 cards. Very simple. So these 10 cards swap in and out. So this is the sideboard. You can interpret yourself or ask me, and I'll give you some thoughts behind each. But I'll show you the 60-card main board now, starting with equipment. And so this is what we run. The regular old Dory equipment. I put them up like this. Can you even see Sharp Eye in there? Oh, you can see enough of it. Cool. So, main board equipment. That's what we're running. In terms of, we might go blues first. I've put in blue hit and run because, again, Dromai is becoming more and more prevalent. That extra go again at 0 cost is really important. It's also very good into decks like Icelander and stuff where you're going to be resource starved and you very rarely have the ability to pay for go again. Shunt is just a good blue. Unfortunately, it doesn't block. Fortunately, it's very, very good into the matchups we struggle with like Oldham, so it's in. I run 2 punctures because late game, sometimes very smart players keep their equipment till late game, and that's why I like having that. But also, sometimes you just save your life because on a dominate attack, that's a 4. We don't run Sync or Fate, and sometimes you just need a 4 block. Unsung Response blue is a no-brainer. Overpower blue is a no-brainer. This will win you games late game. When your deck is full of blues, you can actually kill someone because it's +4 with Reprise. I have a Fidia synergize as well with Helma Sharper. It's just a good card. It's the only non-block blue that we run. We do not run any potions at the moment, or I don't. Glint is a no-brainer. And we run Stroke because it synergizes with Helma Sharp Eye. I believe this is 21 blues total. I would recommend well, I would say you can definitely swap punctures for Out for Bloods, etc. You can swap the blue hit and runs for blue Warriors Valors. The Warriors Valor blue is very good into Dromai as well. And it gives you that breakpoint late game, like it's 4 on hit, go again. But this is what's been working for me. I don't want to say it's the best or not. It's just I've been having a lot of success with this build right now. Yellows, we've put in Iron Song Determination, main board. It's amazing. I did a 31 damage turn with Dominate. And I'll explain at the very end of the video that combo or sort of the synergy of what we're looking for. But 2 determinations, 2 run-throughs. These are just because we don't have slots for 3. A lot of them you could, if you prefer to have more run-through, you can swap. Glistening's a 3 of and Twinning is a 3 of. These are, this is your combo now. This is how you beat everyone, is Glistening Twinning if you can hit it. Glint Twinning if you can hit it. But these are our yellows at the moment. What are we? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 yellows. If I did that maths right. But this is, again, what's been working for me. I think there's an argument in only running 1 Iron Song Determination. But also yellows are good into the Wizard matchup or Frost matchup in general. Just having having a blue and a yellow in hand's been helping me a lot. You wouldn't run any Dory deck without these attack reacts. I'll put these aside. I'm running 2 Overpowers red at the moment. Supremacy is a no-brainer. Red Puncture's been really paying dividends. You can Singing it to go get a red puncture when they block with armor and cards at the same time. But we were running Razor Reflex. Sorry about the sniffling. I have my allergies kicking in this morning. Stroke. We use Stroke for Helm of Sharp Eye, so ideally you have 1 counter, you Stroke a Foresight, and then you put a red reaction from your hand to the top of your deck. Hopefully you draw a blue or a yellow. You pitch that blue or yellow that you drew from Stroke into Sharp Eye to then use it for free or have card advantage. And usually you have resources left over. Spores of War is an absolute killer into Dromai. It's also just very synergistic in the deck because it makes the attack 5 with Go Again. It synergizes with Twinning Blade. And creating coppers into Dromai is really powerful because it makes Kylori a naked 4, basically, which we can not block and just give them a copper token. Now, these are the oddball cards that I think there's arguments to be had here. In the absence of all the other attack reacts, this is an extra, attack actions. In the main board, we run Nourishing because it's very, very good. It's an extra popper. I'm only running 1 Pride, 2 felt okay, 3 feels terrible. That's just my opinion. And Sharpened Steel 1. Sharpened Steel is what I'm swapping with Iron Song Determination. So, again, you can go 3 Sharpened Steel, no Determination. You can go no Sharpened Steel, 3 Determination. Whatever you feel works best. 1 and 2 feels good for me, but I definitely am more on the side of putting 2 red Sharpened Steel and 1 Determination in the deck at the moment. I mentioned a combo. I'll explain, not a combo, but something that I've noticed that works very well. What we want to see, it seems, is an Iron Song Pride early, like going second and seeing it immediately. Emptiness is amazing when you go first. So these 2 cards can give you a lot of tempo early game if you see one of them at the right time. I don't know what the maths are. It's low. It's like 12% or whatever, maybe less, but it's very low. But if you see them, then great. You've got a lot of advantage. What seems to work, what won me plenty of games, and I might fetch the cards out. You want to see an Iron Song Pride to get your Dawnblade. So you just swing naked Dawnblade. They go no blocks. You Pride. And then hopefully it hits. And then you've got a counter. In a perfect world... whoops, wrong card. Wrong yellow. In a perfect world, you see a Glistening right after that. Because Glistening with 1 counter already is quite easy to hit. And gets us to 2 or more counters. And the minute we're on 2 or more counters, seeing a Determination, it becomes a little bit stupid because your Dawnblade's 5, so that becomes 6 Dominate, which already requires a lot of blocking with a D-React, otherwise it's going to hit. And that's not accounting for any attack reactions we have. What I found is if I ever see a game where I see these in order, it's very high rolly, very hard to beat. Now, can you pitch stack this? Probably. All I'm saying is if you see this early, try and get it. If you see these in the wrong order, try an Arsenal one, because you'll find you really want the determinations. And again, this is why we don't run 3 of. We run 3 glistenings, though. The glistening is the key. If we can get counters, you don't really need this if you can have a big glistening turn, obviously. But Pride makes glistening easy. Glistening makes determination completely unbeatable. That's what I'm learning. You can't always control when you get them, when you see them, but that's the deck. Deck list is below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think comparative to Phil's list. Again, any specific questions about specific matchups, I'm happy to give you some advice, help you out. Tips, tricks. I have streamed this deck already. You can go check it out. I think I went 7-2 on Talishar. That doesn't mean much. It just was consistent. It worked. Some very close matchups. I think I could have gone 9-0. That's more my misplays, etc. Right now, what I don't know is how to beat this new dash, crankshaft dash. It's the only matchup I would say is a complete zero-sum for me. I have no idea other than getting very lucky. Like, we need to see our glistenings early to get that. So I would advise going second into dash. It sounds a bit counterintuitive because they can usually bleed damage early, but it lets us filter an Arsenal glistening because we really, really need to get them blocking or in a blocking cycle to win that game. That's it for me. Subscribe. We're very close to 3,000. Big giveaway coming for that. Also, if you're watching this, it's before Christmas. We are going to do an alpha WTR case. Packs are 169 Australian dollars at the moment. When you watch this, go buy some on flukeandbox.shop. And I think we're going to do it like a Boxing Day stream at this point. Maybe a New Year's Eve stream, like early in the day, New Year's Eve. But either way, it'll be very, very soon in a few days. So check it out. All right, guys. Thank you.